Okay, so let's get into some editing here. So I'm going to let's see, Shift Spacebar. Okay, that doesn't work. So how do I maximize this area? Maximize area, control spacebar. Okay. So it's control spacebar instead of shift spacebar. Okay, there we go. And basically what that does is I've got three areas, this area, and this area down here. Timeline, if I do control spacebar, it'll maximize the timeline or the properties. Same thing. Okay, shift spacebar, that's going to be a little bit difficult to, okay, I'm going to press in. Oh, and control spacebar. There we go. Okay, now we are in full editing mode here. All right, so let's just, I want to see if we can just cut. So A, okay, so A does not toggle now. I think it's A and then double A to release it. So A is select all, hitting A twice real fast will deselect it. So select, deselect, okay. Which I like actually. If you just press A once, you know it's going to select everything. Previously, when you hit A, you don't know if you were selecting or deselecting. So that means if something was already selected, maybe off in the corner or out of screen that you didn't know about, and you hit A, you weren't sure if like maybe something was deselected or now you've selected all of them. So that was a little confusing. This is nice. You know, if you hit A once, it's just going to select everything. And of course, and that's how I had the H to hide and unhide things. Actually, I want to see what does H do. So H hides it. Okay, let's see by default what happens if I double H. Okay, nothing. So I had changed it in 2.79 to double H being unhide because that's just faster. What is unhide? Okay, it's Alt H, which it's that's okay. I mean, Alt is kind of like the Blender universal like opposite. So if you want to do a meta strip, let's see what meta strip. Let's just do it. So shift select is still selecting multiple. So shift select. I'm also changing. You can see the outline, the white outline to the active strip. If I shift, they're both selected now. If I shift select, it doesn't deselect first. It just changes the active one. So active, 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 active. If I want to deselect something, I have to make it active first and then select it again to deselect it. And that's always been really confusing for me and probably for other people too. So A to select all, I'm going to hide with H, and then oh wait, Alt H, we've already done that. I want to do Control G. Okay, Control G is still a meta strip.
In this series, you will learn how to take your original footage like this.
Okay, so I notice already that I'm out of sync. So I'm going to Control Spacebar again and playback. Oh, here we can also do set start frame, set end frame. And that's where I saw the shortcuts control end and control home. Okay, I'm looking for sync. Oh, no, right here. Of course. Okay, up here, audio video sync. There we go. Okay, now let's try. Do we have a refresh? I don't see a refresh button. What is refresh sequencer? Oh, control R is the maybe that was also in the 2.79, but I like that. Control R. That's what we're gonna use. Okay.
Teaching your audience something really important and want the ability to
Oh,
really
all
hone in
right.
and demonstrate all of your teaching points. So in this series, you'll
Okay, I like that. Okay, good enough. Oh, another thing I really like about 2.8. I was gonna say 2.79. 2.8 is see you can see the it's let's just zoom in here. Let's B for box. Okay, that's box select. Shift B. Is that still zoom? That is still zoom. But you can see down here the caching. Originally, this wasn't in the sequencer by default. At least I didn't. I've never used it or saw it there. So by default, it's there, and this is the same thing as if you were doing motion tracking. So I can see what part of my video is cached in and not down here. This right here.
really hone
Okay, so let's come out again. I want to see what G is still grab, of course. Right click is still cancel. What else? Oh, so what I wanted to see if Alt G is, oh, let's see, select that, Alt G. Okay, so Alt G is not to get rid of the meta strip. How do I unmeta? Is that how you say it? Unmeta? What about Shift G? Select grouped. Interesting. I don't know what this is. Type, global type. Let's see. I'm hitting F3. By the way, F3 I think is the default search. Unmeta. Control Alt G. Okay, that's superfluous. Control Alt G. I don't like that. I'm probably going to change that because Alt G didn't do anything, did it? Alt G. No. I like that Alt G. I don't know why they don't have it like that. Anyway, okay. All right, let's do some cuts. So I'm going to cut here with K. That still works. That's good. And having the mouse on either side will determine what is selected. So if I put my cursor here, if I have my mouse over here and cut, that means these are going to be selected. X to erase strips. I wonder if I can also delete. Same thing. Okay, X to erase strips. Same thing here. So if I select these, oh, I want to see if I can control select. If you control select, oh, so two strips that are the same exact length on top of each other, if you control select, they will, and select one of them, it will select both of them. And I really like that because then you can quickly grab stuff and move them around without having to do select, shift, select, shift, select, shift, select, so if I do control select, it'll select those two. And then if I do shift control select, boom, it selects those. So control select and then hover my mouse over on this side instead and K, and then these are selected and delete. Okay, so let's do, oh, I want to see if the backspace key works. So I'm going to move the cursor over here and hit backspace. Yes, that works. I'm going to see if it works the same way as before. So basically, um, if there's like a gap here, but the gap has to go all the way down. So there can't be anything on any of the channels. Um, let's see if I add in a color. I like this here where the color and the text are not part of the effects strip because technically they're not. A color is just a regular strip, and an effect strip is something that you apply to another strip, basically. So these are like separate strips, which I really like. So color, where did it put that? Oh, way down there, of course. Of course, I am on channel 13. Let's deselect all, and then I'm just going to bring these down, grab on the Y, G, and then Y, and just bring those down to about 4 or 5. There we go. All right, I'm going to, oh, let's go back into full screen here, hit in. All right, I'm going to select my color down here. I think that's where it is here. All right. And then I can click and drag the handles still just like normal. Um, and where is my, so these are on this side. I don't know if I like that so much. I mean, maybe I do because then it doesn't, I'm just going to have to get used to having these tabs be on this side. I think I can switch them by right clicking here. Oh, maybe not. Pin. Maybe right click on it. No. So I do notice here that we have not only strip and modifiers, but we have proxy and cache tab and a view tab. So normally they were just these two. Now they are these. I think they're trying to get away from the whole scroll of death. So when you have basically all of these open, um, you don't want to constantly be scrolling down and scrolling down. Scene preview render. Okay, that is probably more for, yeah. I mean, this is more the 3D aspect of things. So I don't really need to worry about that unless I want to do annotations or frame overlays. Okay, modifiers we have still same modifiers, color balance, curves, all of that good stuff. Um, but okay, before I get too off track here, the reason I was going to do this is because I want to see if I can change the size. Start. Oh, interesting. Okay, I can change the start frame and end frame and time. Oh, I really like that. Look at that. I'm gonna bring this out a little bit more. Let's see. We've got start, duration, channel, um, the end. Oh, here we go. Duration. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. So here, what I really like about this is that originally it would just say how long it was with the frames, but now we have time as well. So we have 32 seconds long, and that is 789 frames worth. Ooh, I really, really like that. I wonder is I can do that with these. Yeah, so I can see how long each strip is. Oh, mwah, mwah. Good job. Good job, Blender team. Uh, very good. That's a wonderful improvement. Um, I can see my playhead here, of course. I think see Control T. Yeah, so Control T toggles it between time and frames. Up here, you can see that, but it shows both of them here. So 1995, the frame head, and 123 04 for the time from the beginning. So that's cool. Strip offset. Okay, that's the begin start end. So this is just same as I was if I were to drag the handles from here and hold offset start, strip offset start end. I don't know if what hold offset is. That might be same as the hard cut. No, I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that. But still, really like that. Okay, let's see if aligning things is the same way. So if oh, hold offset might be like sliding. Like, let's see. Oh, see, I'm right clicking again here. Okay. See if I do hold offset end. Oh, no. Let's see. Does that slide? Nope, that just slides the handle. Maybe if I just select that, I don't know. No, that still just selects the handle. What's the difference here? Again, there doesn't seem to be that much difference. Maybe this is just isolated. So like this is like globally, as you can see the yeah. So you can see this is global and this is local. I'm guessing. Um, Animation end offset. So that means that if I'm correct, that um, no, I guess it's 169 frames from the original. Yeah, I'll have to look into that. Sorry for being so confusing. Okay, so I want to see if snapping works the same. So if I hit G to grab this and then I hit Control, it should snap that to the next um, strip. So it's snapping it to here when I hit G and then Control, and then if my mouse moves closer to this one, it snaps to that one, and I really like that. That's good. Same thing here, G Control, and it will snap to that. Cool, and that one as well. Let's see if it does it with the whole thing. Yep. Okay, that's good. That's good. Snap, 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 snapperoo. And also to snap one end over the other. So, for example, if I have my cursor, it's basically context sensitive. So if my cursor is on towards the end of the strip and it's going to grab and snap that end of the strip. But if my cursor is over here and I hit G and then Control, then it's going to snap this end of the strip. Okay, so that works just like normal. Clicking and dragging over another strip, you see that red border, and if I click, it'll snap it to the end there. That's good. If I select both of these and do a Shift S, then it snaps it just like that, which is good. Um, I still would like the ability to, like, say you have a whole bunch of pictures or video or whatever lined up. Let's just make duplicate Shift D. That works just the same. Um, Shift D. Okay, so if I select all of these, uh, zoom in here. If I select all of these, and I should be more mindful of my where I am here, so I'm not overlapping that. That's probably too late for that. Whatever. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, take these and Shift S. Oh, that took a long time. I don't like that. Okay, and it snapped all of those. There, what I would like the ability to eventually, if they don't already have it, is to snap them horizontally. So basically a hotkey for them to do this instead of just me dragging them one by one. So let's just box select those. I'm going to try one more time, just Shift S. I'm going to do Shift Alt S. No, that doesn't do anything. Okay. Alt S? That also doesn't do anything. All right, just playing around here. Okay. Okay, and I actually forgot what I was originally going to do. I just have a bit of ADD, so grab these, pull them up a little bit here um, so that we can see the bottom of that. But I was originally going to do this color strip. The reason I made this color in the first place is to see if the backspace still works the same. So basically, if I move this over here and you have this space here with nothing on any of the channels, and I hit backspace with my timeline cursor on, it can't be on the opposite side of it. So like if I hit backspace like this, oh, not delete, backspace. It won't do anything. So the timeline cursor has to be on this side of whatever you're trying to backspace on. So, and I think that if you have something like this, it's not going to work underneath it. So you have, here are your other strips. And by the way, let's just, I suppose, I know what I can do. Just going to select those, delete, select that one, delete. Let's see if this works actually. Again, kind of getting off track here, but I want to have our video and audio kind of like it was when we first started. So Alt O is clear offset, and that looks like that worked the same. Same thing here. Alt O, clear offset. I know that these are the same size, so I'm going to just take this and grab by hitting G and then Control again to snap that there. So that way they should all, well, I guess they're not the same size. Well, that's confusing. I thought they were. Anyway, whatever. Doesn't matter right now. For our purposes, I just want to see about our cuts. So I'm going to cut here. Let's do Shift and left arrow on the keyboard, and that takes the cursor to the first frame of our frame range. So Shift right arrow will go to the end frame of your frame range. Okay, so Shift left arrow and then Shift S to snap those. All right, so if this is over here and I hit backspace, it works like expected. I just want to see if this works like this, backspace, and it won't. Because again, there's not really a gap here. I mean, there's a gap between these, but this is filling that gap there. Let's see if I hide it, if that changes anything. See, I would really like that feature. I know it might not be the best because it may end up messing up your scene more than you would want it. But sometimes I put things at the bottom or the top that I'm hiding that I'm not necessarily going to use, and I want these to be, snapped together. So, um, you know, just being able to backspace would be nice. Obviously, you can get around this by just, selecting these and then, grabbing and snapping that there with control, or just grabbing, moving it over there till they turn red, and then clicking, and then it would all automatically be set there. Okay, so as far as that goes, we're going to stop here for time, and we'll pick it up in the next video with some more first impressions of the video editing portion of Blender 2.8.